Hi and welcome. My name's Bana. This is a short video on yoga for inflexible people because I think this is one of the great myths about yoga is that you have to be flexible to do it. But in fact, flexibility has absolutely nothing to do with yoga. Yoga is something that sometimes uses asana or shapes and movements in order to come into a greater awareness with ourselves. So first and foremost, yoga is not even about the shapes that your body is making to begin with. That is just a tool to come into a state of wholeness or being with and in the interconnectedness of life. So if you're someone who identifies as being rather inflexible and you're interested in participating with Asana, let's have a bit of a chat about how you might do that in an easeful way. And I'm not a snake oil merchant. I'm not going to say, give me the PIN number to your bank account and I will give you the key to having the leg behind your head within a few moments. This is my cat, by the way. They're coming over to say hello. So there's a lot of stuff about yoga for inflexible people out there that's kind of saying, you know, there's this magical methodology and in a short amount of time, you'll be as flexible as me, no worries. That's not the case. We're all individuals. We all have our own histories, our own embodied histories, and bone structures, and the way that we move and feel and are in the world as organisms is different. So it is not a failing of your yoga practice, of your asana practice, to not be as flexible as your teacher or the people around you. It is absolutely okay. So what I'm going to address here is not how to become a contortionist overnight or even within 3 short months. I'm going to address how you can make the sensation of doing asana more approachable for you so that you can have an enjoyable experience of hatha yoga practice. So my suggestions for this, if we break it down into a single movement, let's just say we're looking at doing a forward fold, right? You might begin a practice by taking some very gentle circles or motions with each individual joint in your legs, using just the natural movements of that joint over and over again, not worrying too much about your breath at this stage, letting it be natural. And please don't lick my toe while I'm on camera. Yeah, so, you know, you're just mobilizing and you're getting the body comfortable with and accustomed to movement without being too worried about how far you're moving in and out of each position. The second thing is to take that basic movement that you'd like to experience more comfort and more ease in and start to flow in and out of it with your breath as you would through a lot of yoga practices, but not trying to get anywhere. So just going to like where it feels okay and comfortable for you and then moving back out. And you can actually play with whether you want to take an inhalation coming up and an exhalation going forward, or vice versa. There's actually no right or wrong direction to be breathing in, which I'll deal with in another video shortly. So we're just moving in and out. And again, this is kind of accustoming the body to being in that position, but for such a short period of time that it's not too overwhelming. Then when you go to do your position, whichever the position may be, and we're taking this as an example, say your teacher is inviting you to lengthen through your spine, through the crown of your head, and then lean forward. Maybe going further forward is going to collapse that length through your spine, and it's going to create strain and striving to try and reach lower into the position. I would really invite you to come right back away from the sensation of intensity and just sit in that realm right before the sensation begins. So if, say for example, from here to here, I don't really have much sensation in the back of my legs, but once I'm slightly further forward than that, I'm starting to feel the stretch. So coming back just an inch or so from that sensation and allowing yourself to be within the comfortable range and taking nice big deep breaths there. So while sensation can be really useful as a part of our awareness practice in yoga, if there's a lot of resistance in your body to feeling sensation, and this is often where we get big blocks to mobility, you might actually want to teach your body and create a neural pathway between your mind and your body that says it's okay, it's safe, and it's comfortable to be in a shape. So then what we can do is add props. And again, if we're working with this forward fold situation, you might find it easier to keep length through your spine with a prop. There's nothing wrong with that. Props are often seen in yoga by students as something that, you know, I need because I'm not good enough. But in fact, props can make certain shapes and positions much more difficult for folks who are very, very flexible. So it's really useful to engage with props no matter what your range of flexibility is, because again, we're not actually looking to become contortionists, we're looking to draw awareness to aspects of our experience which we're not usually aware of. So use the props. Use the props, get comfortable where you are, and then very slowly over time, you might start to shift into the range of motion where the sensation occurs, but not doing that quickly. So even though I have a relatively good range of motion in my forward fold, I'm actually going to hang out here just on the very edge of the sensation. And I'm going to invite full relaxation of my nervous system in that comfortable range. And it's only when I feel like my mind is really relaxed, my body is really relaxed, my heart is really relaxed, I feel safe, I feel calm. It's only then the natural inclination to move a little deeper might unfold without effort. And again, the natural inclination to move a little further might unfold without effort. So to break it down, these are 3 steps. One is joint mobilization regularly, which is going to release a lot of the energy, the fluids, and the different kind of minute muscles, tendons, ligaments, and components of your body, which are unused to being mobilized. The second step is to breathe in a flow in and out of the shape that you're working with repeatedly prior to going to a longer hold. When you move to the longer hold, which is the third step, you're simply staying in the place that's most comfortable for you. You're not trying to go further. You're not trying to improve your flexibility. It's actually a pulling back from that effortfulness, from that striving, which is going to create more ease and comfort in your body and allow your body's natural range of motion to unfold over time. So I hope this has been really helpful for you, and I hope as a person who doesn't feel super flexible, you feel more welcome in yoga and you realize that actually your lack of flexibility may be beneficial because it's going to help you to focus more on the heart and soul of what yoga really is rather than on the achievement of particular shapes, which is not what yoga is about. So welcome, thank you so much, and enjoy your yoga.